Hello everyone and welcome back to an exciting special edition match here between Guardians Weaves and Frosty Teeth. Obviously because we do have a tiebreaker here. Map is going to be Gaussian Territories now. The good one, not the lame one. Although A-Game recently said he doesn't actually like the map too much now that he's played it a little bit. But still, I think we can all agree it's a good step up from the original. Anyway, Conef versus Soban going to be the matchup here. Got it. Frosty Teeth choosing to mix it up a little bit. Higher seed was, or lower seed that is, the one with the lower number, you know what I mean, was God Hates Weaves, I believe. So he's picking faction first, and then Frosty picking a bit of an off faction here. Maybe he's got something planned. Interesting to see what the idea is. Soban versus Conef, interesting matchup, but haven't seen too much of it really. I feel like it plays a lot like Soban versus Coalition really. Only there's really no chance for like blast drone shenaniganry, I think, because of the ALMs, but I don't know. It still works in vanilla, blast drone rush and everything, but no, this is probably going to be a lot like Conef versus Coalition. My frame rates are not terribly good, so I really hope this video doesn't get too jumpy here. We've got a base runner getting built by Frosty Teeth now. Yes. Maybe gonna attempt some kind of silliness with the artifacts there.
Salvage construction complete. Place hold charges. Enemy base runner approaching AO.
Yeah, another base runner getting produced here. So I wonder if he's going for that like triple BR thing. In which case, normally the production cruisers were tired too. You make this like really an all-out.
LAV construction complete.
I guess we'll see. After all, this is the kind of map where you would expect it, I suppose. Fighting gunship fabrication coming out here now. Another thing I'll say, by the way, is base runner is actually a pretty decent anti-air in the mod. Of course, it's going to be bombers, we know, from God Hates Weaves or gunships, and so that's not going to cut it, base runners, but still, it's actually pretty good against fighting gunships, so... I don't foresee it happening anytime soon with the current, player roster that we've got, but I could foresee, like, a 2 base runner opener becoming meta, perhaps. If people wanted to play it that way. Now, you can win this fight. This is a fight that can be fought. As Conef, you should have the advantage here because you don't have wheels, and so you don't have to turn around. Yeah, see that? So, if Frosty keeps clicking on that artifact, he is going to get it. Oh gosh, Frosty, you gotta get this. This is really important for him. No, he choked! Oh, yeah, you can definitely get that as Conef, but... That's 4 of them. You couldn't see, but I did a double take there, wow. I don't really see any scenario you should be making 4 of these guys, but I will say the blast drones should be on the way, because that can be really funny here. You can get a lot of funny stuff going with these blast drones, and these LAVs would be toast, for sure, because you basically have like 4 production cruisers, right? It's a long unit, it's kind of like 2 production cruisers, but the point is, you're going to kill these things really fast. What is up, though? So many base runners. This guy is just kind of plunging in, kind of okay with him dying, I suppose. I think God Hates Weaves perhaps was trying to kill this guy, but he didn't target him actually, so... Oh, I see, it's a Doom play. But you know what you can do as Frosty is kind of stick him there and then use the smoke and then have this guy like go with him and he's just kind of unshootable for a little bit. It's a nice way to kind of reduce the damage there. Gunship fabrication has come out for God Hates Weaves. I don't like it, honestly. Especially because, I think of it this way, if you go for the bombers, even if you can't kill a PC, let's say, you can still kill the salvagers, right? And gunships, I think, are pretty consistently going to fail you here. But he built a gunship, so he wins, right? You can't forget that. Anyway, extraction going to come out for God Hates Weaves, actually, first. Oh, no, second. Frosty had already gotten one.
We have new bearing on hostile target. Clear to launch.
This guy's smoking. Smoking kills, yo. Uh-oh. That's pretty good. Blast drone does get in there. Here comes the gunship now. Gonna be able to put some hurt down, that is true. But look, there's 3 base runners on its path in there. And then when you see the gunship, you need to pull the production cruiser and say, okay, get him back to the main, because he can do a lot of damage while that gunship is there, and I think you would actually kill it. If you had a base runner here, or a production cruiser here, shooting at him while he's making the path. Anyway, it's clear though Frosty's strategy revolves around really big artifact pressure, and God Hates Weaves just kind of build a support cruiser, just like, okay. Look at support cruiser up. No, get AAVs, dude. Like you, you should take this seriously because this is a really sad way to lose when it does happen. Actually, gunship is gonna die here, right? Oh, again, I shouldn't even question him. He's got his weaves. He'll live, of course he will.
Hostile contact marked.
But it's not comfortable. That was very close.
Hostile sand skimmer on sensors.
Hostile forces are pursuing an artifact.
Okay, AVs are on the way now, but look, this is the game-winning artifact. Like, you're on game point for artifacts already. That's kind of weird, you know what I mean? Like, you need to be really careful with that. Spare base runner should all just crowd the last one there. Because he's the one most likely to get denied. And then you can use the smoke a lot there. And that'd be a really cheap, easy win for Frosty Teeth. Pretty annoying for God Hates Weaves, but I mean, it could work. ABs are streaming out across the map now, though. They've got to be really on top of it here. I don't think God Hates Weaves totally recognizes the gravity of the situation. Another thing about the strike fighters, is that they could also be used in this scenario here where the gunship really is not going to get any damage output there. Frosty going to be on 4 artifacts already. That's just craziness. I'd say at this point, Frosty should transition out and do something a bit more standard now. Okay, so delay the smoke as long as you can, or I guess it's fine to use it now actually because you're taking damage already. You gotta do it eventually though. Okay, it does do it. This smoke is too early though. This one you want to save, yeah, until later, because you could be smoking right now. He drops 4 pops, right? So then smoke right now, and then you have the next pops going. This one again, you want to wait until you're on top of him. Oh no! With those 2 smokes being properly microed, he actually would have won just now. Oh, that's got to be kind of bitter. Gunship doing his best here, but this is not his place to be. He's going to recognize that, get on out of there. Off he goes. Darn, man. Yeah, he should have won it right there. So, the thing is, when you're moving in, don't smoke now. Smoke when you get on top of him, and then you can smoke with him as you move down to the extraction zone, and that'll keep him alive. But if you smoke, like, while you're moving up to him, you're doing nothing, really, because that smoke wall is not going to last very long. Actually, it'd be interesting if the Conev smoke wall lasted a lot longer, but it might be overpowered, I don't exactly know. But it'd be interesting, because then you'd get, more versatile smoke walls, I guess. Like, you could use them as part of, like, an attack, really. Anyway, Frosty is going full YOLO mode right here. He did get railgun fabrication with the idea of making some of those rails from the production cruiser, but that's actually going to be denied. You can see AVs are up here. They're all up in his face. More AVs coming out. That's good, because he needs to stop these base runners. There's still the threat of the extraction, but he has a lot of power now to work with. So, Carrier definitely ought to go down with him. Power 2 finishing for Frosty now. But he's not moving down with those base runners. He really needs to be. Like, they're just completely undefended. It's kind of a bad place to be if you're a base runner. Yeah, that looks like a little bit of, like, throw behavior, even though this game's probably not going very well anyway, but you could still try hard a little bit, you know what I mean? That base runner was a Guardian, did you see that? Yeah, see, this is good. Keep it with the carrier there. But should have been doing that with all of the base runners, not just that one. Is it a support cruiser? That's just a misclick, I'm sure. Thing is, this can actually still be won by Frosty Teeth, surprisingly. Assault Cruiser Fab actually got teched by God Hates Weaves, now going into railguns, which is a good choice against this carrier. But that's the thing, the carrier is going to be really nasty here. He's got a lot of power in it. So, artifacts are not going to get extracted, but then bring the carrier down. Yep, there he is. See what you can do with him. You put all the power into weapons here, which you wouldn't do in vanilla, but you can in the mod. And then take them all out of mobility, put 1 into re-healing, and the rest into the weapons here. And you can do some serious damage now with this carrier, but he's still got it mobility. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, I mean, you gotta, you know, mobility's not good here. Like, in exchange for 15 speed, you're losing, like, 3 missiles, so... Okay, he's finally changing power, but that's way too late. That's not good. Attack missile barrage lands as well, since carrier's down about half health already. One thing I gotta say though, I'm very happy that Frosty went for the weird strategy because it was a lot of fun to watch. That's the kind of thing you like to see in tie breaks, is like really different stuff that your opponent's not expecting. But yeah, I don't know, he could have won it. I think more than once, perhaps. I wonder how the math on mark target works here, if that was worse or not on those dragons. Oh well. Come on, computer, the game's almost over. You can make it just a little bit longer. Now let's just pop into sensors to give him some time to cool off here. Frame rates are much better when I'm in sensors. As you can see, it's up to like 60. That's really bad. I've got to get this figured out. See, this is where you don't have any power and range. That's good. That's good. And Saban Carrier does have more range than most of them, by the way, with no power in it. I'm not sure what happened there. Oh, don't back away, dude. What doest thou? You have him. I have you now. By the way, don't bother with the targeting jammer on the carrier. I've already looked into it extensively now. It does not work, and no one can convince me otherwise. Targeting jammers do not affect carriers, so... Sorry. Okay, we'll look now. You've got to put the weapon power up, too. Come on, God, it's Sweeps. You can figure this out. And why are you building gunships, dude? Like, strike fighters are the way to kill a carrier. He'll get it eventually. He'll get it eventually. Like I said, I've not been impressed so far with his carrier fighting skills. This is one thing he can really work on. Because it's a really important element of DOK, is to know how to fight carriers properly. So, like, when do you put into armor, when do you put into range, when do you put into weapons. Okay, he's taking his sweet time about this. Into armor? No, just put it in range or something. Oh no. Okay, it's finally over. Frosty will go down. If I can see the frame rate drops on my screen. Oh, I got an achievement for that, dude. Carrier Annihilation. Soban. Yes. Yeah, you get achievements from replays, by the way. Look how broken DOK is. Anyway. If I can see the frame rate lag from my view, it's going to be really terrible in the recording, I'm sure. So, I apologize in advance, but hopefully you're still able to enjoy the tie break. I did. I'll catch you in the next one.